What's up everybody, Phil Blackman with Barbend.com, and today we are going to talk about World's Ultimate Strongman's Feats of Strength series. So earlier this month, World's Ultimate Strongman announced that they were going to be doing season 2 of their Feats of Strength series, where strongmen and strongwomen from all over the world attempt to break records and impress us common folk. Every episode of season 2 is bound to be broadcast on CoreSports.world as well as ESPN, and it is sure to have some epic moments just as season 1 did. Speaking of season 1, recap!
Oh yeah!
We're going to be going episode by episode today to show you the highlight reel of the strengthiest of strength feats of season 1. But before we do that, you have got to smash that subscribe button. What are we even talking about? You gotta smash the subscribe button. Tap the little notification bell. You're gonna want to stay up to date on all things strength sports. We're talking powerlifting, weightlifting, strongman, CrossFit, you name it. Barbend's got it, and you need to know about it. Jumping right into the inaugural episode of Season 1 of World's Ultimate Strongman Feats of Strength series was none other than 2018 World's Strongest Man Hafthor the Mountain Bjornsson's world record 501 kilo deadlift. Now, this was the deadlift heard around the world. It was the biggest deadlift ever done before by any human, and it was broadcast on ESPN. It was only the second time ever that anyone had ever lifted above 500 kilos, the first, of course, being 2017 World's Strongest Man champion Eddie Hall. We may never see either of these guys ever lift 500 kilos off the floor again. But we will see them throw uppercuts at each other's faces in September 2021 when they step into a Las Vegas boxing ring, because that is where they're going to fight each other. There was some controversy surrounding Bjornsson's lift. Brian Shaw, Robert Oberst, Eddie Hall himself, they were saying that this 501 kilo deadlift shouldn't count as the world record because it was not done in competition. And they said that in order to achieve a world record, you have to not only perform the world record, but then it has to stand up against other strongmen attempting to do the same to match you or beat you. The world record at 501 kilos kicked off the season. What a way to do it. And now we're going to go over to episode 2, where Luke Stoltman attempted a new log lift world record of 230 kilos or 507 pounds in front of the reigning world record holder and official judge for the event, Zydrunas Savickas, a 4-time World's Strongest Man champion. But it ended up being valiant attempts by Stoltman, but ultimately he was unable to lock out the log lift world record, so Savickas' record held. So that was untouched, and it remained for the duration of the season. So Zydrunas Savickas still has the log lift world record. We'll see if Luke Stoltman is able to come back, but potentially in season 2. It hasn't been announced yet, but it's possible that he could come back and attempt it again. He was close, he just didn't quite lock it out. In episode 3, we saw the other Stoltman brother, Tom, who broke his own Atlas Stone world record when he successfully lifted a 286 kilo or 630 pound stone, and he made it look fairly effortless. I mean, we could run back the tape over and over. It doesn't look like this is all that heavy for him, and it is significantly heavier than anybody else in the world lifts these stones. So it's safe to say that Stoltman is in a league of his own when it comes to the Atlas stones. And he's already training to lift a 304 kilo Atlas stone, which is equivalent to 670.2 pounds. So if anybody is going to break the current world record, it's probably just going to be Tom running it back. Moving over to episode 4, we saw a world record first. Oleksiy Novikov was tapped to essentially set a world record standard for reps with the heavy dumbbell that weighed 100 kilos or 220 pounds. And that didn't have a record prior to this attempt. So Novikov had 75 seconds to clean and press a heavy dumbbell as many times as possible, and he ultimately scored 11 reps. Now, he did those 11 reps in 65 seconds, not in 75 seconds, but he had 75 seconds. He just didn't use the remaining 10. He was gassed after 11. Still, 11 is super impressive, and he set the world record standard for that. Mateusz Kaliszkowski is the world record holder in the heavy dumbbell. It's possible that he might come and try and break the record himself since he was not featured in season 1. We'll see, fingers crossed, that Kaliszkowski decides to step up. In episode 5, we saw the strong women's debut in the Feats of Strength series, with Rhiannon Lovelace setting a new lightweight Atlas Stone world record. She weighed only 64 kilos, but she was able to hoist a 141 kilo or 311 pound stone over the bar and etched her name into the record books. It was a nice, smooth, clean lift. She got it over the bar. She is now the world record holder for the lightweight Atlas stone at 311 pounds. In episode 6, we went back to the log lift where we got to see Rob Kearney attempt to set an American log lift record. Now, he already held the record. He pressed a 215.8 kilogram or 475.75 pounds log overhead using a split jerk technique. He did not just overhead press it. He did a nice clean, and then you'll see he does his split jerk. And Kearney said that this actually felt the lightest it had ever felt at a weight this heavy. In episode 7, it brought us the first time two strongmen were slated to go head-to-head in a challenge. Rauno Heinla and Jerry Pritchett battled it out to see who could do more reps of 400 kilo deadlifts, equivalent to 882 pounds in 75 seconds. So it was a deadlift for reps challenge. We see this challenge now, and then we also see it a couple episodes from now. So there was some controversy surrounding this battle between Pritchett and Heinla because the two strongmen used different plates. Pritchett used calibrated plates while Heinla used bumper plates. Both of them were cleared by Zydrunas Savickas, who was the official referee. So the plates were cleared by the official ref. They were weighed. They did both have 400 kilos on their barbells. In this battle, neither strongman was able to set a world record with a successful 6th rep, but Heinla did tie the world record at 5 reps. Jumping into episode 8, which featured the Beasts of the Bench, where Julius Maddox was slated to attempt his long-awaited 800-pound raw bench press, which would have been the first time any human ever has lifted that amount of weight raw. In a shocking, and I mean shocking, turn of events, the world's heaviest bench press became the world's most egregious misload and ended up tweaking Maddox's pec. So the road to the 800-pound bench press ended up getting stymied by a misload. Let us pray that this time, or next time rather, that they put the correct weight on the bar so we can see another world record and a new milestone for mankind. Going into episode 9, it returned to the deadlift showdown, but this time in the Masters division, where Mikhail Shivlyakov took on Terry Hollins. Now, each man had their sights set on breaking the Masters deadlift world record of 430 kilos or 948 pounds, and they would each have 3 attempts to do so. In the end, it ultimately was Shivlyakov who emerged victorious in the battle between the two of them. He won by a kilo. He lifted 421 kilos, while Hollins lifted 420 kilos. Both men failed their 3rd attempts when going for the Masters world record, so that record remains. Neither man was able to challenge it, but we'll see what happens in season 2. In episode 10, Andrea Thompson ventured to set a new women's log lift world record. She accomplished that not only once, but twice. She first secured a new world record of 130 kilos, besting the world record coming into the event by 2 kilos. And then on her 4th attempt of the day, she broke her own world record that she had just set by 5 kilos when she successfully pressed 135 kilos overhead. Thompson came into the day looking to become the women's log lift world record holder, and she left a 2-time women's log lift world record holder, including the current world record of 135 kilos. In episode 11, we got to see the second round of the 400 kilograms deadlift for reps challenge, this time between Adam Bishop and 9-time Canada's strongest man, JF Caron, who is one of the men who holds the record for this event at 5 reps. So Caron is actually one of the men who has done 5 reps at 400 kilos in 75 seconds before. So he was coming to beat his own world record, while Adam Bishop, like Pritchett and Heinla before him, were coming to take it from him. So it was a tough outing for both of these guys, as they were only able to each secure 4 reps. Now Caron, he got 4 reps, and then on his 5th, tweaked his groin in some way. We don't know exactly what the injury was, but it was very clear that he definitely did something to his right groin as he was attempting to get up that 5th rep. So we hope that he recovers soon, because if this challenge, which has already been announced for season 2, is coming back, we would obviously love to see Caron competing for it, to see if he can be the first to get to 6 reps in competition. We're going to see if either of these guys will be back for season 2 in this challenge. The 12th and final episode of the season didn't attempt to tap into any new world records, but it did still live up to its name as a feat of strength. We got to see Mark Boyd attempt to deadlift 4 times his body weight, which coincidentally was 400 kilograms or 882 pounds. So Mark Boyd actually missed that lift on the day of World's Ultimate Strongman, but The following day, he recorded on his Instagram him attempting it again, and he actually hit it there. So we're going to see if he decides to come back for season 2. But there you have it, all 12 episodes of season 1 of the World's Ultimate Strongman Feats of Strength series. We are excited to see season 2, which is coming out in September. The events have still to be announced, but when they do, you can head over to barbend.com because we are sure to cover it there. I'm Phil Bleckman, and we will catch you next time.